Okay, you guys, we're back to our lovely person here, Misinformation. Now we're going to review. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking, where did I find this guy at? So, there's a channel called Brian Cabal on YouTube. Him and him go back and forth. And I found it from through there, and Fasting. Fasting does reviews, Fasting89, for those of you who don't know, go check him out. He does amazing parodies of this shit. Where I just point out his stupidness. Or his
misinformation, try to educate the guy. Yeah. Because he always whines that nobody will help him, nobody will tell him anything, but when people tell him shit, he don't like it and he mouths off to them. Like he did us.
So let's get into this.
Hello everybody, it's Rich220. And another bad news update. It seems no matter what I do, I can't get ahead. Well, I had the actual valve spring compression tool that I was borrowing from an advanced auto parts store on the exhaust valve this morning. I got the keepers out, and as I was putting the keepers to the side at the same time, the tool snapped, shot the cap and the top piece that holds the keepers to the valve, made them shoot halfway across my house. So my dreams of backing the car out of the driveway this weekend just went to shit.
I bet you give you your money back.
Not happy at all. This has been way too long. I've wasted too much money, too much time on this car. I need to know if there's anybody out there that actually has two kinds of compression tools. No other one will suffice because this car has what they call reinforced valve springs.
No, it doesn't.
There's not one valve spring
We're doing that
on the exhaust valve or on the intake valve. The springs.
All right.
You have a spring on a small block like that. Now you have a spring. You have an actual spring. You have a dampener on the inside of it.
So,
I mean, there's no such thing as a reinforced spring.
So
you dual springs and single springs.
Listen, buddy. I have used one of them fucking tools from O'Reilly's Advanced Tools, the valve spring compressors you get there.
Not compression testers.
No, the spring tools.
I know, but he says I need one of the two compression testers. Two guys.
So, me and Dad built a Gen 6 454 for a 1990 454 SS. We put a trick flow cam in it. I can get the part number. It's something 600. I know that. Titanium locks, comp valve springs, dual valve springs. That tool, that tool that you get at Advanced Rudders, compress them with no problem. Put them in just fine. Now, after this video is over, I'm going to go out and try to help you, buddy, and I'm going to show you the tool that I bought. It is a very expensive tool. It's like $300, but it is a hell of a tool.
I think it's on like $110.
Yeah, I think it was $200.
It might have been, but it doesn't matter. Listen, in an old engine like that, sometimes they get stuck, man. If you use a valve spring compressor and you have to lean on it to, like, unless you're a small dude, he ain't no small dude though. If you're having to put all your might in it to compress that spring, something is wrong.
Not like we're working on a big old semi-head.
I mean,
So, and then one more thing. You're on here whining. You're on here. How do I word this? I'm just gonna say it, whining about it's taking too much time, too much money. Okay, it's an old car, but we all get there. I'm not gonna say that I'm above that. You bitch about it. It's fine. You know how many times I've worked on a car and I've got something done and something breaks? But it's an old car. It's part of this whole fucking thing that we want to be involved in. That would be like me going and finding a 1933 fucking Ford 5 window, or 35 window, and wanting to take it to California and whining that it broke down halfway through. Well, it's an old car. Shit breaks.
And when you're not doing things how you're supposed to do things are just going to keep breaking. I mean, there is no excuse to be putting fucking valve relief pistons in with flat top pistons. There's just none. Nope.
Not when you have all fucking...
It will never run right. Ever.
Not when you have a full set of pistons. Put all the right pistons in it. You were already there. It's don't take fucking forever to pull an engine out of a car, especially a small Chevy.
Say you have a manual, a Chilton.
So reinforced with another internal spring.
It's not
which
a
makes it extremely difficult to get these things off.
Yeah.
And the tools that they make
It's
today
awful. I tell you,
just
it's awful.
don't pan out. They will not hold up. I've tried 4 of them, and none of them work. The only ones that'll do it will be the old school Craftsman and the old school KD tools. The old ones. Not anything above 1960.
You're full of shit. Man, look,
Because they're
nuts.
not made with the proper metals. They have design flaws that cause them to break. Just like the one I had this morning. You don't go threading metal into aluminum and expect it.
I've seen them. I've never seen no aluminum on it, but
I've fucking seen dudes buy them cheap ass eBay valve spring compressors and use them on fucking 454 heads with dual valve springs, doing the same shit we do.
When you kids was little, before you kids came, I didn't have no fancy valve spring tool, man. I had one that you had to grab. It literally, it looks like it's got a knob on top of it, man.
Yeah, they sell it all
right. Go down on it, and you just hook it down the bottom of the spring, and you crank it down. That pulls the spring up. You tap the valve, and it knocks the keepers out. I mean, and I was lucky to have that. I mean,
not to strip the.
For those of you who don't know, Dad lived through the Great Depression, apparently.
Aluminum out. And you don't make it so that there's a handle that's like a wooden vise that tightens down against aluminum and just keeps gouging into it.
I've never seen a wooden vise handle thing on a valve spring compressor.
That's what I'm saying. These tools are defective. They are not worth the money you're paying for them. You remember the Harbor Freight valve?
People use them every fucking day to do this same job.
You should not be having to push down
spring compression
too
tool.
hard on it.
Well, I had that one too. I got that from Advanced Auto. That cost
So
me
it's a
$20.
Harbor Freight one, but you bought it Advanced?
$28, actually. The taxes and everything, I think it was $30. Well, that tool couldn't even compress the valve spring.
Talking about the one you had.
All it did was remove the spring up off the valve.
Yeah. Then you tap the valve. You push the valve, comes down, you tap the valve, and the locks fall out. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Jesus, brother. I mean,
able to turn. It wouldn't compress it. I couldn't get the keepers out.
No, because
another
your
piece of
keepers are
junk,
stuck
defective
in your
design
lock.
flaw. Okay. Then I bought two, which I thought were 2 different tools. But they said SK tools. Now, I don't know anything about it, but I guess it was South Korea. But I was thinking it was another company altogether.
They need to get some all everywhere.
So when I bought these tools, their design flaw was...
Your map light's on too, buddy.
Well, the C part of the compression tool is hollow. That's one problem.
What do you mean? We got one of
Number 2 is... standard cars do not use metric. Hello?
What? What's that have to do with valve spring compressors?
They did not have standard sizes.
Huh?
What are you
That
talking
was the
about?
problem.
What does standard metric have to do with
So here I
valves
am,
and
unhappy,
Valve
once
spring
again,
compressors.
trying to find somebody that has a decent friggin' tool. I need to buy one that's good. I don't want a piece of garbage. I don't want any off-brand, anything that they make today, because it's all trash. I don't want to waste my time anymore. I'm tired of this. This car should have been back together months ago. But because of these damn tools, and I just returned a, what the heck they call it, a valve or head gasket kit. Because it was missing the intake, how was it? The intake, no, the intake gaskets were missing. The head gaskets were defective. And it was missing the O-rings for the valve stems.
I'm pretty shocked.
And nowadays, they want $45 separately for parts. And the parts that they sell together are trash. They're not worth it.
Okay.
How did you return a gasket set after you opened it? I know no store around here will. It tells you right on the box, man. But they will not take them back if they're open. That's why the only way you do that is you open it in the store. Make sure you get the name of the person that it was opened from, and you check it right in the store. Because once you do the store with it around here and you open it, it's done.
Okay.
Sure.
Why don't you stop talking about it's the tools issues when the tools that you're talking about using, everybody and their brother uses them every day to do the simple jobs, and they work just fine. I've used them. They work just fucking fine. Like Dad said, you shouldn't be leaning on a damn fucking valve crane spring compressor like you're trying to fucking remove the sword from the stone at fucking Disneyland.
Right. I mean, and then you got to stop blaming parts. Rich, what you need to do is start taking people's advice. There's hundreds of YouTube videos that show you how to do everything, and talk to people like they're people. You know, I mean, be thankful for what they're doing for you.
And then don't.
I mean, I got an issue with dude, but he ain't come me yet. But I mean, how you gonna talk about an event and call everybody that goes to the event a druggie or an alcoholic? How the fuck you gonna do that, dude? And then wonder why people might have an issue with you.
People from that event, the fucking one of the creators of said event.
Well, I mean, I just don't understand what in your head made you think that was a good idea to say everybody goes there either does drugs or they drink, and that's what you said. Those are your fucking words, dude. And that's just
instead of just saying the truth. I can't afford to go. I can't go.
Right.
Like that's like Barry Beamer making up a fucking excuse to why he hasn't got his Roadrunner on the road yet. Same fucking equivalent.
I don't understand it. It bothers me what it does. I mean,
because hear me out. Most people drink a beer or two every night. That don't make them an alcoholic. That don't make them a bad person. They like a beer when they come home from a hard day's work. Me, I like a Coke when I come in from a hard day's work.
And let's be real. Nobody's building cars that run down a track if they don't work to put the parts on the car and pay their way there.
This shit is expensive.
You made it sound like they're all a bunch of crackheads and shit. I mean, you're wrong, dude. You need to correct that. You should come out and apologize to everybody you said that about. You really should. I mean, that would be the right thing to do. Because nobody's going to that event by sitting and smoking crack in the house all day, like you made it sound.
Because I want to point something out. I wondered why he made it sound like that guy that runs the event had a problem with it. Well, now I know why.
Yeah, fuck.
I would too if I was running an event. And you're saying that my event's trash and people come to are losers.
We watched you had a video on the other night in here, man, of him and said dude, and the said dude was trying to help him about his house, and he just kept lying, and you could see it, man. I mean, he just kept. I mean, it was just ridiculous. If somebody's trying to help you, man, if you're wanting their help, you be honest with them and you take their advice and you listen and you thankful. You don't try to bullshit them, especially when they look at you and say, hey, look, I do this for a living.
And then I want to point something out.
I know what I'm talking about.
I want to point something out. What kind of adult is going to lose their property, something that doesn't matter, it's a car, a house, a fucking boat, a motorcycle, and is on here whining about it, but also goes and buys fucking Hot Wheels?
50 of them, or whatever the fuck it was. I mean,
like I don't know any adult that I don't know how you can whine about losing something and go do some shit like that. That's like asking to be kicked out on the streets.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you don't spend your... I mean, look, man. At his age, his life is like it is because of the decisions he's made in life. Nobody's done this to him. It's like nobody's done it to me. It's like nobody's done it to you. Just like nobody's done it to Mary. Everybody is where they're at because they've made choices in life. Now, some people make choices and it gets them to a good spot, and some people make choices and it gets them to a bad spot. And then some people make choices where they're our age and they should be further along in life, but you can't blame nobody else for that because it's the choices that I made. But I live good. I mean, I'm not saying I live good, but I'm just saying, you know, I could live better if I had made better choices in life. But is that everybody else's fault or is that my fault? That's my fault. So to whine about it makes you a crybaby.
I don't know.
Makes you unreasonable.
I'm pretty fucking proud of myself. I don't know very many 25-year-old men that have a fucking Corvette.
No, you worked hard for it. That's my point. That's my point. In life, you have decisions to make and choices. And the choices and decisions you make, you have to stand on, damn it. I mean,
just like Dad.
Good or bad.
Just like Dad, what's something you beat in my head? If you make a deal with somebody, what do?
Yeah, follow it through. If you make a deal with somebody, you look them in the eyes, you make a deal, you do it. Period. You don't wait till the day before or try to change it up. Once a deal's, I can't stand. That's my biggest pet peeve. If you make a deal with me and we strike a deal, stick to the fucking deal.
So, like, Barry on the old
not
Zephyr.
Yeah. I mean, that's just dirty. I mean, now I don't know. I'm gonna be fair to Barry. I don't know the whole circumstances on it. I don't know if maybe the day they had a deal, and maybe the day the deal come up, the guy tried to lowball him, knock off another $50 or something. Then yeah, I would have told the dude to get fucked too because we already had a deal.
Okay, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Barry, when he had that car listed, didn't have good pictures of it. That dude could have came down and seen a fucking bumper rod off it because Barry didn't have a picture of the back of it.
First of all,
and try to change the deal.
I wouldn't, unless I just was going to buy the car because I wanted the car, I would never make a cash money deal on a vehicle without me laying my eyes and fingers on it.
Yeah, but when Barry had it listed, he had it listed firm. So, I mean, he thinks he's getting a good car for $500 and comes down, it's a rotted out piece of shit.
Yeah, but that's not. Barry would have the right to tell him to kick the bricks. If Barry has 500 firm and you know the guy's going to take a penny less and you go look at it and the guy won't take no less, then you walk away from it. But you should know going to that person's house that he already told you he won't take no less for it. We deal with that shit all the time here. Somebody will come and they'll want to try to beat you. No, because that's the price of the price. So now we tell them, don't waste your time coming because that's the price. If you don't want to pay that price, then it's not going to do you a bit of good to come.
True. But unlike Barry, I fucking take detailed pictures. I send him multiple pictures. Whatever it is.
I mean, you don't need detailed pictures to see what kind of shape the car's in. I mean,
it's a run out pile of junk.
Right. You know exactly what it is. I mean,
it's not even good enough for a derby fucking car. I know what Barry's hoping with that car. One of these days, dude, when his health is better, he's gonna pull.
Barry,
just let me finish. You're gonna laugh. Let me finish. He's gonna pull out that sheriff's car. He's gonna cut the body away from it, leave the floor and the running gear and everything in it. And he's gonna cut the fucking bottom off the fucking Zephyr, and he's gonna do a body swap on it.
There you go, man.
He's gonna drill holes and fucking put pop roots to hold everything together.
Listen, man. Listen, this is facts. Real talk. People like Barry, and maybe this dude. They always complain about life, but they never take steps to change it. Look, you're an idiot. If you sit and complain all the time, the only way things are going to change is if you take steps to change it. You understand what I'm saying?
So, that being said, see you guys tomorrow night. Fuck you, Barry. Leave the kids alone. Rich, hope you learned something tonight. And I'll show you my valve spring compressor tool in case you haven't got one. It does everything I need it to do, and it will. It holds up like
tool.
It's fucking.
That's what makes it performance.
It fucking holds up to like 700, 800 lbs pounds or whatever.
It comes from Summit or something. I can't remember if it came from Summit.
Jigs. I bought up jigs. All right. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Fuck you, Barry. Like I said, check out our friends Fast Thing, Mako, Lipstick Garage, Steel Scrapper Kingdom. Did I say Fast Thing? Fast Thing. And check out our main channel, Poor Man Speed Shop. And as always. Fuck you, Barry. Alrighty, fellas. So here's the tool for Rich. This is, I think, a performance tool. That's the name of the company. 700 pounds. I'll put a picture somewhere in here of what it is. It's a good tool. I used it. I've done big block stuff with it, which is what that is. It does everything I need it to do. So with that being said, if you guys want to see this cab here get put together, check out main channel, Poor Man Speed Shop. Bye bye.